Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to see the checkbox page item. So how to create a checkbox in a Oracle Apex. So mostly you will come across these situations. You need to give a checkbox item for the users to select whether it is like enabling or disabling kind of things. Mostly you will be using this checkbox in the page entries and other entry forms. So how to achieve that page item, how to create that checkbox page item in Oracle Apex. So in this video we will see that. Let us begin. So in this video I just created a page checkbox. Now I'm going to create one page item, and the page item I'm just going to name it as some checkbox, and the type I'm going to select checkbox. You will see different types of page items list. You can select a page checkbox. So once it is selected, I'm going to run this to show you the output. Here you can see one checkbox has come, and if you click it is checked, and if you uncheck, this is unchecked state. So there is two states, that is the checkbox is checked state and the checkbox is unchecked state. So when it is checked, then it is checked state. When it is unchecked, then it is unchecked state. So that is the thing. So by default you will get Y when it is checked and N it is unchecked. So if you want to change that default values, you can select, you can configure that from this under settings. You just uncheck this user default, then you can give the checked value. When it is checked, what value it should return. When it is unchecked, what value it should return. As of now I am just mentioning on checked I should return yes, on unchecked I should return no. So this is overriding the default value. So remaining all of the things are same. Here I'm just naming yes or no, just yes or no. So here you can see this is the label, yes or no label. On clicking on this you will get that value, on unchecking you will get a no. So how to print that value? So to print that, or what is the value written, to show that I am going to create one dynamic action for this. This is just to see the value. So I am just creating action as execute JavaScript, and below that I'm going to show that value in the alert. So I'm using alert, default JavaScript alert, and I'm going to print apex item in the double quotes, and we need to give that page item to get that value. So page item is p31 underscore checkbox. So I'm just giving. Now I'm going to run this. Now you can see the pages rendered this checkbox. On clicking on this I am getting yes, okay. Now I am going to uncheck. On unchecking I am getting no. So this is yes or no. So mostly this is the value we will get. In some scenarios we want multiple checkboxes. For example, you are just in most of the applications you have came across this concept. Like let's take Book My Show. In the Book My Show app, you will be having language filters, like which movie you want. Like you can select multiple movies, let's say Tamil, Hindi, Telugu movies or all. So you can have the filters to filter. In that filter you will have the option for selecting multiple values. So in that in such scenarios you need to use one more concept for this checkboxes. This is used to create only one checkbox. If you want multiple checkboxes that resembles the same value, for example language, under the language you have multiple checkboxes, then on checking the checkboxes it should be passed to the same field, that is under language it should add multiple languages. So for that kind of scenarios we need to use one more page item, that is the page item is checkbox group. So it will group all the checkboxes under one container. So how to create those things, now we will see that. So below that I am creating one more page item, and the page item you just select type as checkbox group. Previously we selected a checkbox, now we are going to select checkbox group. So here I am going to name it as language. So language, here you will have the option for selecting number of checkbox you want. For example, you want 5 checkboxes, that is 5 values you are going to display. Then you need to select a 5. This is not a the checkbox value, this is the number of columns you need to display in a single row. How many number of columns you need to display? So for example, I am going to mention it as 3. Now this checkbox is like it is going to display the number of values with the checkbox. For that you need to assign a LOV. This is also a kind of LOV page item, so you need to give source as LOV, and below that you can see multiple values. So this is going to give multiple values. It allows you to check multiple values, and the multiple values delimited by colon. For example, in our case, you are selecting the languages Tamil, Telugu, Hindi, then these values will be separated by colon. So this is the delimiter we are going to use. So if you want, you can change it to some other characters like commas, dots, so whatever thing you want. As of now, I am just going with the default colon. So below you will see the list of values. Here you need to give a source. So what you are given for other page items like a select list, pop-up, LOV. So same thing you need to give your source. So if you're not aware of this select list and pop-up LOV, you can check it out my previous video. I have made a detailed video on select list, pop-up LOV and the types of select list. So everything I have just covered in the previous videos. You can check it out afterwards. So here I am going to select. Here you can give SQL query shared component a static value. As of now, for time being, I am going to give static value. So how to give a static value? This is display value, so I am giving Tamil. So here I am going to return as same Tamil. So here I am going to make Telugu. Here also Telugu. Here Hindi. Here also Hindi. Here you can make some English and English, and you can make it as Malayalam. Can make Kannada. So likewise you can give multiple values. Now I am going to run this. So this is the source for our checkbox. Here you can see language. Under that you are getting these many values. You can see in this first row you are getting only 3 columns. In the second row you are getting remaining columns. This is because we have just mentioned the number of columns as 3 here. So that for a single row it is making 3 columns. If you want, you can give whatever number like 5, 6. It depends on your design. You can just create here. As of now, I just created 3 columns in a single row. So on clicking on this, the value will be added and it will be separated by colon. So that is a delimiter we have used here. So it will be separated by colon. So how to see this value? For that, I am going to create one more dynamic action to showcase that value. I am selecting again JavaScript code. Now I am going to make it as, I am going to show this in console. So console log is used to display the value in the browser console. So apex item and dot get value. So here I am going to give the page item name. So page is 31 P31 and it's new. So you can name it as checkbox group. As of now, if new is okay for me. So I'm just clicking on this. Now it is rendered. Now to open the console, you can click Ctrl Shift I. Then it will open this console. Otherwise, you can go to here, click on this, go to more tools. Under developer tools, you can click. So Ctrl Shift I is the shortcut to open this console. In this console, we are going to display that value. So I am going to click this. Here you can see Tamil. So now I am going to click on Telugu. So in the second, you can see Tamil, Telugu. So we are getting as like array. So it is like array. This is an array object. We are getting it as array object. On clicking on Hindi, we will get Tamil, Telugu, Hindi. When we uncheck, then it will go off. so Tamil Hindi, and if you uncheck then it will be Tamil. So this is the array object. Using that we can get those value, and using this array object you can loop and you can print separately and you can use it. So this is the concept of checkbox group. So this first checkbox concept you will be using like when you want to make this like admin or some particular only for retaining one value, yes or no kind of things, you can use this checkbox page item to mention like a series of or multiple values under one field. Then you can use this checkbox group item. So this will group all these values under single column, single field, that is language. Under the language you will be selecting multiple values as a filter. So this is the concept checkbox and checkbox group. Thank you for watching.